Hey, hello everybody, Sean Foyer, the Universal Mindset Disruptor here, and I'm excited to bring you this 10-step course. We've got 10 quick lessons. The name of the program is Unlocking Your Manifestation Potential by Removing Resistance. This might sound really crazy new age, but it's actually now age, and if you've been drawn to watch this free module, it's for you. If you're doing any sort of personal development work, you're gonna find out somewhere along the line that it's an inside job, that all the things in the outside world that you might be concerned about, complaining about, longing about, whatever it is, you don't have any control over that. The only thing you have to control is inside. And when we say inside, it's your mind, and more importantly, where your mind is set. So thanks for being here. Hopefully you take a lot of notes. We're gonna put this in 10 separate modules, and it's basically the key to manifesting anything you want by removing resistance. And the 10 steps I'm going to outline, they come from my 50 years of study. They almost also come directly out of the Moses Code by James Twyman. If you ever want to understand more about the that I am statement, it's an awesome read, and I'll continue to be dropping information from it. But block number 1, not worthy. You might be longing, asking, looking for better finances, for better health and wellness, or for better relationships in your life. But the first step to allowing all of those things to come in is removing the resistance around your worthiness. I mean, think about that question. Why would you not be worthy? A better question is, who am I not to be worthy? Because you were born worthy to receive. You were born as a newborn child in perfection, and you're worthy of anything and everything you desire. To unblock yourself right now, you need to dive into that. Who am I not to step into my full radiance, my full abundance, my full freedom, my full everything I desire? And anything that may have happened in the past that you have guilt or shame over, that has nothing to do with your worthiness. You made the best decisions in those moments with the information you had at that time. So remove the resistance around worthiness. You are worthy. You were born worthy. Say it. I am worthy. I am worthy. And if this is one of your blocks, lean in on it. Do a bunch of affirmation work, a bunch of feeling around your worthiness, about your spiritual DNA being perfect, about you having been brought here in the image of God, and you can attract anything that you want. But in order to attract it, you've got to remove the resistance about your worthiness. You are worthy. All right, let's get into step 2 in removing the block that are holding you back. The second biggest block we see is not being ready. Some of the big things that you've hoped for in your life, one of the reasons they're not coming about is you're not ready for them. You have fear inside, you have anxiety, you have all these negative emotions that tied around to what you really want that are making you not ready. And even though consciously you may think you are, subconsciously, which is where all this work is happening, you've got to remove that resistance. I am ready now. I'm excited now. And if you have blocks here, you might think you need more time. You might think everything's not in alignment. You might think things have to be lined up or look a certain way. They don't. They don't have to look a certain way. You just have to be ready. So again, think about what you're wanting. Think about what you're trying to manifest. Block number 1 you removed was your worthiness. You are worthy. Block number 2, you're ready. I'm ready. Say it after me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. You're overdue. Stop blocking it by not being ready. Block number 3 that we see, the block's manifesting almost every single time, or creates, let's call it mismanifestation, getting something different than what you were asking for. Block number 3 is not being clear. Not being clear in what you want. If you ask for lots of work, thinking you're going to get money, you might just get lots of work without the money attached to it. If you're looking for that perfect partner, that perfect relationship, and you just say, I want to be happy and loved, you're not being specific enough. And so the number 1 block, get clear on what you want. And as you go down this exercise, there might be some areas you're not ready to get clear. Go clear where you can. If it feels good, lean in. If it feels good, get super specific, super clear. And if it doesn't, back off just a little bit. But you're going to get exactly what you're asking for. And if you're not, it's because you're being too fuzzy with the universe. You're not asking for exactly what you want. You're not being clear. So I am clear is an affirmation to go along with that. And then really just get clear. What do you want? And stop holding yourself back with blocks 1 and 2. Yes, you're worthy of it. It's not too big for you. Yes, you're ready for it. You've been waiting your whole life for it. Get clear. Get clear and get what you want. Block number 4 that we see holding us back in manifestation. Not being enthusiastic. Not being enthusiastic. And think about your energy precedes you. So if you're asking and wanting for certain things in your life, and you're just kind of like Eeyore, Eeyore, I don't know, maybe one day it'll happen, but I'm just gonna do the best I can. It is what it is, we'll just keep going. No, because when you have that energy, you get more of that energy. You know what you want, you've asked for it, you're removing the blocks, you know you're worthy, you know you're ready, you've been very clear. Now get excited, now get enthusiastic. You get to bring whatever you're excited into your life. Change that mantra. I am enthusiastic. I am excited. I am ready. Come on now, let's go. All right, you're almost halfway through this 10-step little module. Block number 5 that I see holding so many people back. Not being open. You know, it's interesting. My father, Ralph, who raised me, he used to have a saying, most people's minds, Sean, are just like concrete. Thoroughly mixed up and totally set. And if you think about it, if you're trying to create some different things in your life, but you're not open, you're going to have all the reasons, all the resistance. Again, remember, in each one of these, we're trying to remove resistance. If you're not open, you are resistant. So start being open to possibility, open to new experiences, open to a different way of thinking. Be open. I am open. Open your mind, open your heart, and watch what comes in. Because right now, we don't do it that way in our family, or we don't believe that way, or we don't think that way. As you're literally lining up the thoughts and beliefs of other people that aren't 100% true for you and definitely aren't yours. I mean, come on now. If you're going to do this work, you have to be open. You have to let go of almost everything you think you know so you can lean in to what you really know. And what you really know is inside. So again, if you want to do some releasing here, if you want to get rid of it, I am open. I am willing. I am allowing. I am trusting. Get clear. Be worthy. Be ready. Be enthusiastic. And oh yeah, make sure you're open. Think about it. Does a closed up rose catch any drops of rain when it rains? No, it has to be fully open and exposed and vulnerable to receive. And that's one other thing to think about. When you're not being open, when you're being closed off, it might be an old program trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you protected, trying to keep you literally closed off. The problem with being closed off is you don't just cut out the bad stuff, you're not able to catch any of the good stuff. So be open. Unblock yourself today by being more open. We are to number 6 in the 10 blocks to manifesting everything you desire. Not healthy. We live in a time and an age with information that we know what it takes to be healthier. We know what foods we should eat. We know what liquids we should drink. We know what air we should breathe. We know what body movements we should be doing. If you sat right down and made a list of all the things that you know you should be, that you're not, what's creating that gap inside of you? Think on this. This one you got to go a little bit deeper, but you are healthy. You are happy. You are whole. Say it and start making better choices. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. If you're not healthy, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're so busy chasing what you want that you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your soul, you're never going to get it. And if you do get it, it's going to be hollow and empty like you. So if you want to unblock yourself, get healthy. Look at the areas of your life right now. What are you feeding it? Are you caught up in dark and negative energy? Are you watching shows that are inappropriate or that are full of darkness? Remove those. Get healthy. Again, the food is one of the easiest ones. What are you eating and drinking that's not good for you? Stop it. Knock it off. Get healthy. What if the one thing that's blocking you from everything you want is being a little healthier? I mean, that sounds so easy, right? And that's the thing. Once you identify these blocks and remove them, it is that easy. I hope you're as excited as I am. All right, step number 7 that's blocking you from manifesting every desire. Not being willing. One of the biggest blocks we have, not being willing. What is meant by that? If you think about it, so many times people ask for certain things in their life, and then when they realize the things that they're going to have to do, they're not willing to do those things. They're not willing to be uncomfortable. They're not willing to say yes. Just say yes. Just be open. Just be willing. Be willing to try new experiences. Be willing to let some new thought patterns enter your mind. Be willing to look at the fact that some of the things that you've believed for a long time aren't true and aren't yours. And once you're willing to realize this, to create some awareness, then you also have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to mold your mind. And we're just trying to remove resistance. Where are you willing to remove resistance from your experience right now? Is it when you're trying to get healthy, you resist because you like doing things that aren't good for you? You like being lazy and sitting around. What is it? You have to be willing to do that. If you're not willing, you're blocking yourself. So get clear, some affirmations. I am willing. I am receiving. I am listening. I am open to possibility. This is one of your blocks. Let's get rid of it. And no matter how you're feeling as you're going through these, I would practice on all 10 steps, because you might have a hidden block that's hidden in one of these that you're not seeing right now. Are you ready? Block number 8. That's holding you back from manifesting everything you desire. Not prepared. Now this one, in order to move the resistance, we're gonna have to look at both sides of it, because part of this is you're already prepared. You're always prepared. You don't have to be a human doing, trying to do things to get prepared. You get to just show up powerfully as you and know you are prepared. So say it with me. I am prepared. I am ready. I am willing. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So you are prepared, especially if you're in alignment with your soul purpose and you're feeling really inspired in the direction you're going. So be open and willing to notice. You are prepared, but what else can be done? Is there something that you've been holding off on? If you're thinking about what you really want, what can you do? If you're preparing to do a certain type of work, is there something you can be studying? Is being prepared mean you have to move to the right place? If you're trying to manifest oceanfront property and you live in Nebraska, you might have to get your butt closer to the ocean, right? That might be part of the preparedness. If you're going to go through a challenge and climb a mountain, you might have to get yourself in shape. You might have to get yourself the right clothes, the right equipment. There's 2 types of preparedness. One starts on the inside. Work there first. Once you know you're prepared, say, I am prepared, and feel it. And then go to work preparing on what needs to be done. And I'll just tell you, less needs to be done than you think. You're more prepared than you know you are right now. But lean in, remove the preparedness block, remove the resistance, and watch the manifestations start to come. Are you ready? We're to block number 9, not helpful. Now think of the energy and the resistance behind not being helpful. The first part of this is stop trying to help yourself all the time. Get out of your own way from trying to help yourself. It will come, but it's going to come to you when you start changing the direction, shifting the perspective of what you're doing. If you're going out into the world and offering service and being helpful in your chosen profession, in your relationships, you're going to unblock yourself. And if you're not being helpful, if you got your hands out or your hands in your pocket just trying to grab and collect things for you, and you're not adding value to this universe, you're not being helpful. And God's energy is perfect and He will help you in every instance, but you have to be willing to first help yourself, and more importantly, to help others. And the more you learn into this, the faster you're going to unblock yourself. And then this is only for a certain part of the population, but it may be you. I am too helpful could also be a block. There are certain individuals, certain of us that are people pleasers that go around trying to help everybody and take accountability and responsibility for everything around us. That's not helpful to you. That's not helpful to number 1. And so as you're trying to be more helpful and useful to the universe, remember that you can't just give it away. You can't give it away to people that don't appreciate it, that don't deserve it, that are on their own path and kind of in a dark spot. We can assist. We don't want to help. Because when we help, we hinder experiences and we limit progress. H-E-L-P. We hinder experiences and we limit progress. So don't help so much. Assist, assist, assist. And be helpful to yourself. Be helpful to yourself as you help yourself. Then go out and help or assist others, whatever's appropriate for the situation. But if this is one of your blocks, and I know for a lot of us, this is one of my biggest blocks. I always thought I was helpful, but I realized it was to a fault. And everything we're looking at here, there's a pillar of belief that goes from one extreme to the other, from hot to cold. Where's hot? Well, it depends on where you were on cold, right? If you're minus 30, 20 degrees Fahrenheit, it might feel actually warm in comparison, right? So as you're going and looking at this helpfulness, just kind of dial in the perfect amount for you. Being helpful enough to add value to the outside world while being helpful enough to increase your internal worth. This is the 10th and final block. And hopefully you've leaned in on each and every one of them, because even though, again, I said earlier, you might not identify with one of these, it might be a hidden block. And as you dive deep into thinking about it, feeling about it, maybe listening to each module over and over and over again, they're short, it only takes a few minutes. You can do almost every one every day. You might identify some things that you're unaware of. So hopefully you know you're worthy. Hopefully you're ready. Hopefully you're getting clear. Hopefully you're enthusiastic. Hopefully you're wide open. Hopefully you're getting healthy or being healthy. Hopefully you're willing to do whatever it takes for you. Hopefully you know you're prepared and you're taking any additional steps you need. And hopefully you found that perfect balance of helpful, helping yourself so you can help others. Number 10 is not being realistic. You have to be careful with this one because realistic is a program, and depending on where your belief is on the realistic scale, some people have wild beliefs that to other people are impossible, but they come true for them, so they are realistic for them. As you're going through this, be realistic, meaning figure out what you think is possible, but also be outrageous. Be outrageous. When you're not being realistic, you can still be outrageous. At 50 years old, 6 feet tall, I probably am too late in life to make the National Basketball Association. If I want to be a pro basketball player, that ship is probably sailed. So if I went and put all my energy to trying to remove blocks to get me to the NBA, that's probably not a realistic goal. You know, I've got a dear friend of mine, Matt Blanchard. Matty B, what's up? This gentleman's been paralyzed 2 different times and he's in a wheelchair. And so when we're doing manifestation, you know, the guy can fly, especially if you put him on a stage, but he has to be somewhat realistic in his expectations. Otherwise, they'll create a lot of negative emotion, which is resistance. So when we're talking about not realistic, just remove any thoughts that have resistance attached to them. For me, I'm not going to spend any time or effort thinking about making it to the NBA at this stage in life. You know, if I went back at 17, 18 and really dedicated myself, or even maybe earlier, honestly, who knows what could have been possible, right? The only reason I didn't accomplish that is I didn't do all these things back then, and I didn't get clear in my mind that that's what I wanted, because it wasn't what I wanted. And that's the other thing about this. When we're talking about being realistic, what do you want, right? Some people think they don't want nice things. I will challenge you that you deserve nice things, even if you think you don't want them, and some of the negative connotations that you think come with some of those things isn't even real, isn't even true, and isn't even yours. So I guess for me, and my take on this is a little bit different than the authors. Be realistic to remove resistance, but then once you've removed the resistance, be as outrageous as this mind will allow you. And I can tell you, my mind gets pretty outrageous. It gets to points where my old program would have said I'm being unrealistic, but my new reality, my new thought process, my new mind, it understands I can create anything that I remove resistance from. So hopefully this is just a short 10-step little modules on understanding the blocks that are holding you back, removing the resistance, and getting you closer to everything you want. And just a reminder, anybody that listens to me, you get to set your own intentions, but for anybody that hears my message, I'm trying to help you create in 3 areas. I call it the trifecta: better finances, better health and wellness, and better relationship with self. And in those 3 areas, as you're unblocking yourself, I hope for you that you create freedom, abundance, fun, and most importantly, love in every aspect of your life. So hopefully this is beneficial. If you like the information, please share it. Just trying to get the word out. You know, one of my higher ideal, my higher goals is I am building a $100 million personal development and training organization that's helping millions of people worldwide remove self-limiting beliefs, the chains that hold them back, so they may live their lives in this freedom, abundance, fun, and love that I talk about. And I already know it's done in my mind. So every day as I do this type of work and share my message, it just grows and it grows and it grows and it grows. And if you want a simple term that will help you remove all resistance and help you choose positive emotions in every situation, it's my enjoy the ride mantra. Enjoy the ride is in the challenging moments in all 10 blocks, picking a better feeling, picking to be clear, to be open, to be grateful. You can jump from the negative side of any situation to the positive with simply making your mantra, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. It's not a saying, it's a movement. It's a movement towards light, towards love, towards peace. Go out there, have an amazing rest of your day, rest of whatever you're doing. And if these modules were helpful, come back often. This is information to be studied, not to be heard once, but to be heard over and over and over again until you get it. Thanks for being here. As always, enjoy the ride. It's a good one.